Welcome back to the Grid Aces Show. Welcome back. I'm your host, Connor Hall, here with Mr. Football Chase Godey. We have a fire show today because it's March Madness, and we had a little bit of chaos, a little bit of Duke losing, and so on and so forth. We'll get into that in a little bit. But first, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and show the boys some love. Chase, how we feeling?
Feeling too good. I mean, in
With
March
the Fresca.
Madness, so one of our first and only sponsors, Fresca.
Shout out Fresca.
Their slogan is "Taste Greatness."
There you go.
But during March Madness, it's hard to be having a bad time, and especially with that game we just saw. I hope you know which one we're talking about here.
Well, of course, has to be Thunder
all
Pistons.
All the other ones are actually kind of a little bit of blowouts.
Yeah, no, I think. So I thought the Iowa-Illinois game was solid.
That's true.
It was really back and forth until the last 2 minutes of the game. That 12-point difference isn't as close as
what was it? Was it Michigan-Tennessee game? That was a good one.
That one was disgusting.
Yeah, that one was. I mean, I was like,
25
are they gonna double their score? I mean, because they were trying to maintain that doubling their score, and I'm like, will they be able to do it? Like, pretty cool. Like, loved watching that one. Like, shout out Tennessee for just putting together a gem.
Crazy too is I've seen a lot of online content of people taking Tennessee and being serious.
So many, and honestly, if you made that take, thank goodness we didn't. We just picked the team that lost to that team. But if you were to, like, if you think about it, that, like, would you have rather, if you're a Tennessee fan, right? It almost gets to a point with how embarrassing that loss was, that you would have, in their game against Iowa State, like, it would have been kind of like, would you have rather had, in this hypothetical, okay? Because I get you would rather take a win regardless.
No, dude, I'd rather lose to Iowa State.
Would you rather be down like 20 to Iowa State at half, make a roaring comeback, and just barely lose? You're like, oh, that was a good showing. Way to fight back. You end up losing to the higher seed.
Because they were down to Iowa State at one point. I don't remember how much.
They were down even bigger, and they made this huge comeback, still barely lost. Well, they actually beat Iowa State pretty big. And then that way you don't have to lose by 40 to Michigan, because that's embarrassing. That was a hard watch. As a Tennessee fan, can you imagine? Like, you literally had 2 days of, like, talking up to everybody. We can beat Michigan. Like, we got it. Like, we really had a chance at these guys.
I'd rather be a Tennessee fan than a Duke fan right now, though.
Well, that's fair. That is so true.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was weird because, Tennessee, big team, they struggled. I think they went 2-6 to end the season before tournament play. And then they came out and they balled out, right? Looked really well in the tournament until they got to Michigan. And I think the issue is they were a lot bigger than most teams until they saw Michigan. And Michigan kind of matched them with that size. And then Michigan's a powerhouse, man. They were kind of slept on by everyone because of what Duke and Arizona were doing before the tournament. But shout out Michigan. Shout out Mr. May over there coaching his ass off. And shout out Rick Barnes. Maybe he needs to retire.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Probably not. But great coach. But yeah, struggle of a game for Tennessee for sure.
In your opinion, Connor, what makes March Madness so special?
So for me, what I look for when I'm watching March Madness, it's probably 3 or 4 things, right? 1, my team, right? North Carolina lost. That factors out. 2, we have chaos, right? That's the second thing I'm probably focusing on. I just want chaos. And that's what March Madness brings, right? 3 is Duke losing, right? And then 4 is my bracket, right? That's like probably 4th on my list of importance. And then obviously, I guess I got my bets as well. Always, those keep me in it, right? And March Madness is so crazy that sports betting is just chaos.
That's work for you. That's a job.
Yeah,
so exactly. 5th your job.
That's income.
That's pretty cool. I feel like so many people hate on Duke. I feel like there's been so many people that were just stoked
So
that Duke lost. They kind of remind me of like the Kansas City Chiefs, but like they haven't won recently. So
so
I
you
don't
got
really.
so here's the
Is it
thing
because
with
they're
Duke.
always good or they've been good? Because they really haven't won recently, like at
I
all.
hate Duke because I'm a UNC fan, so you got to
I know,
keep
but I
that in
feel like a
mind.
lot of people, like if you
A
looked at
lot of
like,
people do hate Duke. Duke is one of those teams where it's Duke fans. It's like it's Duke fans, it's
Mhm.
UNC fans as far as like who likes Duke, right? UNC fans, and then it's like the public. So
Mm.
it's like, you either love Duke or you hate them kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's one of those teams that gets too much media attention. That I
yeah.
think people just get tired of them that aren't Duke
Well,
fans, and
and
then that's why you start
they
getting
get the
hate.
all the hot freshmen in every year,
Yeah,
and
they
then
get
they
all the
don't ever
best
do anything.
prospects. You just constantly hear about them, and you're like, enough of this Duke team.
Yeah, and then
So,
you got to think about a lot of older people don't like Duke because they were so good back in,
yeah,
2010s, early 2000s,
a lot of older
80s,
people.
90s, so on and so
2010s.
forth.
Yeah, good thing you threw in those other ones. You started with 2010s, all these old people. I mean, we're gonna lose. I mean, that would cost us probably a
They
few
haven't
hundred
won since
thousand viewers.
2015, so that's kind of crazy
Yeah. Can't
because
insult the old people. We're sorry. Connor apologizes. We don't want to lose hundreds of thousands of viewers.
yeah,
Because
that's
it's a
true.
lot of money for
Make
us.
sure to leave a like and subscribe, show some love.
So, yeah, I was thinking about what makes March Madness so special. And I think the reason I think it's so special is because anything can happen at any given moment in any given round. And I think it's the single sport, sporting event where, yes, the best team in college basketball wins it occasionally, but I would say the very best team in college basketball wins it all less frequent than um like in other
Would you
sports.
say any other sport
No, I mean I'm trying to think. That's what I was trying to
or
think.
any
And I
other
will say,
league?
there is a lot of times that like some of the favorites end up winning it. But it's also fun when like some of these favorites they get knocked out super early as well. Because like if you go look at basketball, over a 7-game series, the better team is going to win 90% of the time, right?
Yeah,
Like, when are
I
the
don't know if it's
instances
that
of like
high.
who won the finals recently where you're like that wasn't like a top 3 or 4 basketball team in the last few years? I mean, it was
I would
Warriors
say
Cavs every year. Those were the
I
two
would
best
say the
teams.
team winning it, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you
There's
look
been
at a
teams
lot of the teams
close,
that make it to the finals,
but
Pacers
when
last year,
I agree.
Heat a couple of years ago, right?
But that's
So
what
on
was
and so
amazing
forth.
about the Pacers even making it to 7. But the thing about it is a 7-game series, 90% of the time the better team's going to win it, right? So, right, the Thunder were so dang good the year they won it. The Nuggets were so dang good the year they won it. The Celtics were so unbelievably good the year they won it. The Warriors the last instance where I could think that the very best team in the league did not win it was when LeBron's Cavs came back from 3-1, because that was the 73-9 year for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And
No,
that was still a really good
well,
team. I mean,
no. There's definitely other years like the Raptors beat the Warriors with KD.
okay.
Um, let's see. I mean, the Lakers won. That team
Okay. Well,
sucks.
COVID is like big old asterisks. They're playing. I mean, that was a joke. If you don't actually count that one, do you? This is a side tangent.
No,
We're counting that one.
do you think I count that one?
Okay, good. So let's not bring it up. Let's not pretend
I'm
like
just
that
trying to
one counted.
discredit them by saying that they sucked. But
Well, they did suck and they did win it, but they won the Mickey Mouse.
2021 Bucks
What
were
they won there
probably
was, I actually think that finals year is. I honestly don't know if I would rather win a play-in tournament or the 2020 finals.
gosh, dude, the Pistons are up 7. This is ridiculous.
No.
Yeah. 97-90.
Pray for the
Brutal.
under. Under's got to hit, though. If the Thunder is sucking this bad, the under's got to hit.
It probably will, unless they go to overtime. But yeah, anyways. I'm trying to think because 2021 Bucks were I would say probably the better team. I don't know. No, actually,
What
no. The
was it?
Suns
Was
were
it?
the better team. Suns were the best team in the league record
Okay.
wise.
Well, I
And
don't think I'm not saying record wise because like there's the years that like what was it? The Kings were like the 1 seed and the Jazz were the 2 seed, and just because they play all their starters and they played super try hard, we knew those two weren't the best teams.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not saying
Suns
best
team is
record.
different, but
I know
the
I'm
Bucks
not saying they
lost to
weren't
the
good,
Nets, or the Bucks beat the Nets. I thought the Nets were a better team than the Bucks
but
that
like
year.
it's two top teams. Like, because like basketball is the only sport like this doesn't happen in football
I don't know.
when
I disagree.
the Cavs and the Warriors played each other 4 years in a row in the finals, 3 years in a row in the finals.
Yeah,
That
dynasties. But
that never
you look at
happens.
the
But that's
Patriots, you
two
look at
best.
the Chiefs.
I know, but the same matchup of the same two teams never has ever happened 3 years in a row, let
Yeah, I
alone
guess
two
that's fair.
times in a row. So I'm just saying in basketball,
It does
because of
happen a
the
lot in the
because
NBA.
of the
Yeah,
7
that's
game
true.
series, if they didn't do the 7 game series, it's going to happen a lot less, right?
Yeah.
Because if you just played one and done, like how much would that shake it up? Like that would ruin a
Oh,
lot.
it'd be elite. I think
Yeah,
NBA should do
I know, but they'll
We've
lose
already
too much
talked
money,
about
so
this.
they can't. But anyways, that's what I think makes basketball so special. Because football is one of those where I'm like, I honestly think more times than not, like the best team in football, and like they don't win it all, but I mean they do sometimes, and I think the best team ends up winning it more often than they do in basketball. Like, I think Duke was the betting favorite going into it. Going into March Madness, they
Yeah,
were
they
the
were the
betting
number one
favorite.
overall seed.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and they come out there and like they almost lost to Siena in round 1. Like that's March, and we've
Hmm.
seen it happen time in and time again. And you see teams like Iowa that are fun stories. And obviously, I know Michigan and Arizona were probably the next two teams in odds,
Yeah.
but still, everyone was just talking about like, dude, there's no way Duke loses. Like Duke's winning this thing, and every year that team seems to like never go on and win it all. Like I think it's partially because it shows how hard it is to win this tournament, but it
Hmm.
shows the magic of like, yeah, the best team doesn't end up winning it. It's the team that's hot, it's the team that's playing well, and it's so electric to watch because it's anybody has a chance, right? When we go into the NBA, when you go into the NBA playoffs, right? We'll know that like whatever. We'll go look at like the 8, 7, 6 seed and be like, yeah, there's no shot, right?
Oh yeah.
Unless it's like Mickey Mouse
Most
year
of the
or
time.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse year. But like, there's totally times where like in like we've seen teams like Loyola Chicago and Iowa what they were doing this year, and teams go on a run where you're like, dude, there's a chance, or at
It's
least a chance to make it deep.
it's so crazy because I'm trying to find this. I'll look at it later, or I'll look for it later. But
We got to review our bracket. We got to own up to the garbage that we cooked up. I mean, that
yeah,
was hot
we
pile
went
of trash.
crazy.
Actually, but the one thing we did do good, we had it wrong, but we did pick Duke losing. Like that's pretty
and
impressive. We picked Duke losing that round.
and we picked Iowa
We picked Iowa. That was a good pick.
over Nebraska. That was the
The
one I'm
the
proud
only
of.
issue is we did have one huge whiff, and that's going to
Not
be the
terrible.
reason. That's going to be the reason. That's going to be the
Yeah,
reason that this thing just
we
looks
could get
horrible.
into it. So
Yeah, throw it up there.
so here's our bracket we cooked up from last week. And dude,
You
I
may
felt so good after. I was like,
you
oh
may
yeah,
notice
we locked
a
in.
problem if you can
Like I
look at the
felt
center of
good.
the screen.
I felt good not having a 1 seed on here. Like I was like, okay, well, I mean, we did, but I felt good not having a 1 seed winning it all. Should have gone UConn over Michigan State, right? Oh well. But we did have Michigan State beating Duke, and
I
Michigan State didn't even beat UConn. So shout out
just
to
don't
them.
I just don't like that Dan Hurley guy. And let's
He's the
talk
best
about
coach in
that no
basketball.
call on tech. On that should have been a tech
Yeah,
after he.
it should have been.
I mean, you talk about in the NBA, you give a light push and the guy reacts, and you're getting
We're
ejected
not
for
getting
it.
into this right now. This is such
Versus
a
you can
dumb
go
argument.
you can headbutt a
We are
ref,
not getting into
and
this.
it's chill.
All right.
So I'm just saying.
It's crazy.
But apparently, if the ref would have swung
Okay,
back on him, that's when they both would have been
Let's start
ejected.
on the green here over on this west side.
I actually think it started pretty good.
Yeah, well, we did because
like 3
we
for 3
Sweet
or something to
16
start.
we had Duke hit. Then we had this one was close, but we missed. We hit both of these, and then we hit Michigan over Bama. Should have gone Tennessee over Iowa State. I thought Joshua Jefferson was going to be healthy though. And then Iowa over Nebraska was a huge hit for us, and then this one was a big miss for us. This was the miss because we had Houston going all the way. We'll get into Final Four in a sec, though. Let's really dive into Duke UConn, though, because I mean, the crazy thing about it, shout out Terrace Reed. I mean, straight monster. I don't know where he's going to get drafted because he wasn't really high on boards before
Better than
March
Boozer.
Madness. Just because he's older, right? Like he's a senior. He's going to be probably 29 years old. And, but man, dude, is he a good? He's a baller. He's killed at this tournament. First game. I mean, the crazy thing is like they barely broke away from Furman with like 2 minutes left in that first round game. And he had 31 and 27. Unreal. And then he played well against UCLA. Didn't shoot well, but he did his thing. 10 and 13 was 3 blocks, steal. Then you have Michigan State, a great defensive team, matches up well, and he puts up 25, 2 blocks, 1 steal. And then in this game against Duke, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals. I mean, shout out to him, just balled out. And shout out UConn, and this is where the chaos comes in. Because on paper, UConn can beat Duke, but UConn was down 15 at halftime. Chase, what's the record of 1 seeds up 15 at half? Do you know?
I'm guessing undefeated.
134-0 until now. Now it's 134-1. All right, so I mean, just electric work. Shout out Braylon Mullins. We're talking about a kid, 18, 19-year-old kid, 0 for 4 from 3. It don't matter.
Having a horrible tournament from 3, by the way.
Yeah, not shooting
He was
great at all.
He was like
Hasn't
4 of
played
24
well at all.
before that.
Just lets it hang. Drops the biggest shot of the tournament, especially if they go and win it all. And funny thing about it, Isaiah Evans didn't want to put his hand or wasn't ready to contest the shot. So he kind of just comfortably stepped into it. It's still a difficult shot, right? From that range, any shot is. But nothing but net, pure, right? But yeah, I know you teased a little bit. Talk about Dan Hurley and the theatrics going on.
Yeah, so after the 3 hits, everyone goes crazy. And I'm glad that when the people run on the court a little bit, that they don't call a technical foul for
agree.
that. Because I've seen people saying, oh, that should have been technical when people come onto the court. I'm like, really? If we start doing that, we might as well just ruin the sport. But I'm one
So
where you let them
critical.
play, and I might need to know some more context, but I've never, ever seen a coach go and headbutt a ref. Like, literally, I thought it was AI when I saw the video. And they're touching nose to nose, eyeballs to eyeballs. And I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm like, how is that not? I mean, like, I'm one where I'm like, Connor knows, let him play. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a fist fight every now and then. But a coach going and pretty much headbutting a referee, like, I don't know, that just seemed like completely uncalled for. Now, the reason I don't care about it too much, I really actually don't like the coach, but I like UConn. But I really hate Duke, so I think that's why I don't care. And that's why I'm like okay with it not being a technical. But man,
Yeah.
if I was a Duke fan, like that would kind of piss me off seeing that, like knowing that the refs let it play. But shout out that referee because most people, like all the time in these big moments, we get on the referees for being too soft. And that referee decided to hold on to his whistle. So I think you
And
can't
he
get on there.
easily could have made it all about him.
And that wouldn't even, in my opinion, like if he called that, I'd be like, yeah, that's actually just. That would have been one of those rare instances where that would have been justified. So I'm not going to get mad at him for holding on to his whistle. If I was a Duke fan, I'd be pretty pissed. It should have been a technical. But I do like to see like referees leaning towards holding on to their whistle, given that was next level. Like if he just walked up to the coach and kind of like stared at him and like kept like a foot of distance, like okay. But they were literally nose to nose.
They were
Like they touched.
Like they could have
They
kissed.
touched tips of
Yeah.
noses.
Yeah. No, so I don't know if you saw the ref actually spoke on it. Said there was nothing there. So
well, that actually makes it even a little bit worse.
Yeah. He didn't feel threatened. I agree entirely. I think that's a boneheaded IQ move by the coach because that easily puts your team in jeopardy after the biggest shot of the tournament.
Because he made it all about him, like celebrating him. So
yeah, exactly.
Coaches shouldn't make it about themselves. Question for you: does Cam Boozer still get drafted after that performance?
Yes.
But honestly,
even play that bad.
Yeah, he did.
He had a few too many turnovers, but he played really well.
And key spots. Like, hey, can you be clutch, buddy? No, sucks.
Hey, he had a couple big buckets that I thought they weren't gonna that I
Couple
thought was
big
gonna put them
turnovers.
over.
Wouldn't have happened without Boozer on the floor there. Couple turnovers.
No, Caden Boozer's the one that turned it over.
No, but the see that's the thing. I feel bad for this Caden Boozer is they just see the last one. What happened the possession prior?
Yeah, he turned it over.
Boozer turned it over. So shout out the Boozer brothers.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like two possessions. It was a big
possessions.
one. It
and it
literally
turned
was
into
in
a
the last
Caravan
minute.
3.
Yeah, it was in the last minute. So Boozer, shout out the Boozers for aiding UConn. They may have had money on it. I'm not sure, but my favorite is I saw Carlos Boozer was waving bye to like fans, bye, because people chirp him.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you got to look at the clip. Golly, dude, I can only imagine the amount of chirping that guy was getting on the way out. I wish I was there to add to the chirping.
That's crazy.
But honestly, for Cam Boozer, I really don't think it was a good tournament for him. I don't think the draft. What's funny is I don't think like the 3 top picks in the draft that are probably still going to be the top 3. None of them helped their case in the in March Madness, right? AJ only played a game, given he played well. Darren Peterson only got to play 2 games.
Yeah.
And then Cam Boozer just they never really looked that good. And it's not that he played bad, but he definitely, I wouldn't say anybody's like, dude, Cam Boozer at a tournament, So
yeah, Cam Boozer to me is for sure 3rd or worst pick.
I would probably take Cam Boozer probably 15, 20.
You're such a hater. You literally just troll.
I'm just kidding.
Man, he just trolls. Unless it comes to football, then you take it serious.
Honestly, I'm probably taking Reed from UConn over him.
Anyways, yeah, I'm going AJ Peterson. I'm taking Kit. Well, okay. Unbiased, I won't take Caleb Wilson just because of the hand injury. But fully healthy, if Caleb Wilson didn't get hurt, I'm taking Caleb Wilson 3rd in the draft.
He's the only one that didn't hurt his draft stock in March Madness.
Yeah, because he hurt it outside of March Madness by getting hurt. But he's so good. He's like people say he's KG. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's damn good. He is so good.
Yeah, KG was way worse than Caleb Wilson.
I mean, I won't argue that.
Where else did we go wrong? Did we pick anything else bad?
No, I mean,
it was really just that Houston round was the one. Bad because shout out getting
Michigan. Shout out Michigan. We thought.
That's the issue because that's the issue is we can't get faulted because we were already wrong, right? We were wrong in the Sweet 16 because we had Iowa State going.
Okay, so let's
you want to make a new? Can we make a new one?
No,
pick them.
No, we just gotta pick them. But yeah, shout out Braylon Mullins. Here's the thing though, Dan Hurley, dumb play. He's been, I mean, first of all, he's one of the best head coaches in college basketball. So far this tournament, he's been the best head coach in basketball. And I was gonna do a $100 bet on UConn to win $2,000 if they won the finals, and now won the championship, and now I'm really mad that I didn't do it.
Yeah, especially because they got the easy game.
Yeah. Yeah. But shout out UConn, shout out Braylon Mullins, and shout out Mr. Danny Hurley, and shout out that ref for holding his whistle. You see all the time these refs get really in their feelings about this stuff, and it would have ruined a really great moment, so I'm glad they didn't. But obviously Duke fans are pissed about it, so go cry. Anyways, Big Four. We got a matchup out in the on the left side, coming out of the South and the East, that we probably didn't think we were getting. UConn, number 2 seed. Illinois, number 3 seed. Okay, and then on the right side, we got Arizona, 1 seed. Michigan, 1 seed as well. So let's start with the East and South matchup. UConn, Illinois. Give me your breakdown for this game and who you're rocking with.
So, in my opinion, these two teams, they're duking it out for second. They're really going for the silver medal here thing. But I think both of these teams have exemplified the survive and advance, right? They've had close
especially
games.
UConn.
They've had a lot of close games. Illinois has been
I
in some
don't
dog fights as well. I think they've pulled away
kind
a
of.
little bit. They've pulled, but they were down in that. What was it?
They've
What was
won
it?
every game by double digits.
I know, but what was the one? There was one because I bet the -7.5, and they were down 10 at halftime, which is obviously
Iowa.
a battle, right? So they've had games where they've had to battle and so I know that they've ended up beating them there beating them pretty good at the tippy end. But they've
Uh-huh.
still been more of a survive and advance because unlike a Michigan, where I don't know if they've trailed at any half at any point, right? Where Illinois I know has, UConn definitely has done more survive and advance. So I would say that I don't know. I think my gut feeling is like the Dan Hurley is a great coach. UConn's a team that can come back clearly. I think Illinois is also that same way. I am probably leaning Illinois in this one. I think a lot of people are going to get on this like UConn hype train, you know, but I just don't think that they've been playing amazing basketball this tournament. Like they haven't been shooting the three ball well. Reed's been saving them a bunch of times, bailing them out. I just think after that highly emotional win, there's going to be too many people on that side also for this line, whatever it's at. I haven't looked at what it's at. Do you know what it's at? I should look at it. But um, I think I like Illinois in it better. I should want to look at the line.
Okay. Um,
Illinois versus
I got it right here. Actually, you might beat me because I got ads now.
Illinois is a slight. Oh, that's
Minus
not it.
two
I
and a
don't want to
half for Illinois.
minus. Yeah, so I guess I'm on the. I didn't even know I was on the favorite, but yeah, I think Illinois is the better team. They've looked better. They've played better basketball. I'm going to be on Illinois on this one.
This is really tough. This is really tough for me. Everything. I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think I'm going to be on UConn's side. I've
Just
doubted.
wants the magic.
I've doubted Danny Hurley the last couple games, and he's the best coach in basketball, and I think that takes you a long way in March. We've seen UConn have its struggles over the season, but this is a team built for March Madness. Illinois is not going to be able to defend Terrace Reed. I know they're bigger, but they're not going to be able to defend Terrace Reed because I saw what he did to Duke, and Duke's one of the best post scoring defensive teams in the nation. And Illinois struggled a bit against Iowa for a while, which Iowa was no slack by any means. Ben McCollum coached his ass off. But I don't know. I think seeing what UConn was able to do in the resurgence against Duke, I think there's going to be a ton of momentum for this going into this game because Duke was by far on paper the better team. And I think Dan Hurley's out for blood. So give me UConn here.
Wow. I mean, I don't really hate it too much. Like I said, I'm not too butthurt about whoever we pick because because it's going to be the loser of the next round. So
Yeah, so I'll tell you what my bet is, but yeah, let's get into this this round here first. Arizona, Michigan. I mean, this is what people are calling the national championship. Is that a little disrespectful to UConn, Illinois? Yes, I think one of these two teams could win the
for sure, it's
championship.
March Madness.
But man, dude, Arizona and Michigan, they are freaking powerhouses. And I slept on Michigan a lot. I didn't love them. I didn't love the Big Ten coming into this, but Big Ten has been phenomenal. Shout out to them for having two teams in the Final Four. But yeah, give me your pick for who you got here.
So this one's the hard one that I fought a lot on because on one hand you have a team blowing out every team they face. On the other hand, you have a team that's blowing out every team they face. Both these teams have come into March Madness and said, hey, we're not about surviving and advancing. We're not about winning games. We're about embarrassing teams. And I mean, Tennessee, that's embarrassing. Like, that is like what you expect in the first round when they're going up against a 16 seed, and they're like, yeah, we're just going to do that in the Elite Eight.
That was crazy.
Now, I
By the way,
think,
95 points against a very good defensive team.
yeah, so my thing that I'm thinking here, and what's the spread in this one? Can you cook that up for me real quick?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
This one, what I'm
Minus
thinking,
1.5 to Michigan.
okay, what I'm thinking in this one, that's a fair spread. I am leaning towards the underdog in Arizona. Slight underdog, very slight. Reason being is I think a lot of people are, I think, Tennessee was a fine team. Don't get me wrong, right? But I feel like the teams Michigan has had to play haven't exactly been unreal. Not saying that Arizona has, but I do think Arizona's path was a little tougher, right? Like Alabama was a pretty weak team. And I think of the matchups there for the Elite Eight, Tennessee was one of the weaker ones as well. So I think a lot of that they've gotten this on has been a pretty smooth path, where I think Arizona's path was tougher. Um, I think Arizona is a little bit more built for it, but this one is one where it's like, I think, these are the two best teams currently. And obviously we know the best teams don't always win it, but I think if I had to lean and take a side, I'd go with Zona.
You know what's funny? I keep having in my head what mine is, and then you give me your take, and I'm like, dang, dude, he's right. I don't know if like Illinois is
No,
the same thing. You're
stick with
giving
Michigan.
you're giving your
Stick
take
with
for
it.
Illinois, and I'm
This
sitting
is
here. I'm like,
fun. No,
ah,
I'm
he's
glad we
right.
got
Illinois is
opposites.
so good. I'm going Michigan though. Everything you said, like I said, everything you said about Arizona is true. Like Arizona's maybe slightly tougher path, but Michigan has just killed all the teams they've played.
So is Arizona.
Not as much as Michigan beats Tennessee by 33.
I know, but would you
Beats
rather play?
Alabama
Would you
by
rather who is
23.
Arizona just playing? Would you rather play Tennessee
Or
or
Purdue.
Purdue?
It's not that different to me. Like you're a little sleep on Tennessee because of how much they lost.
No, and I wasn't high on them at any point.
Tennessee
Like we remember
Tennessee
we didn't like you didn't have Tennessee beating Iowa State, so you
yeah.
just became high
Also
on
cuz I
Tennessee
thought
all of a
Josh
sudden.
Jefferson was going to be available.
Yeah, but you became high on Tennessee all of a sudden, right? So I don't think I just think that the paths aren't really equal. I mean, I don't hate it. Like I said, I
I don't
think
think they're
Michigan. I
too
mean, they
crazy.
play
Like
unreal.
I agree Arizona I like I
We
said
were both
Arizona has
really
the
high on
harder path.
Arkansas, right? Everybody was high on Purdue. So I think the teams and the caliber of opponents they've been
But
playing, like
like they
we
beat
we
Arizona
thought
or they beat
Alabama
Utah
was
State
crap.
by 11.
Yeah,
Um
Utah State was good this year. Utah State
yeah,
knocked
they
out
should have
who
been
was
a
it?
7
Nova.
seed.
They knocked out Nova by
Yeah,
like
Villanova
10.
sucked. They should have been a
I mean,
7 seed
still, I mean, a
7 seed
9
though.
seed beating Villanova, a
Cuz Villanova
championship
also
pedigree
hurt.
team by 10.
Yeah, no, Utah State should have been a 7 seed. They were underseeded, but
Yeah, they should have been like a Tennessee right there, 6-7.
relax.
So them beating Utah State was what Michigan had to do in the
That's
Elite
so
Eight.
corny of you. I'm going Michigan. I've
I
loved.
like it. I don't
I
think
also
it's a bad
like.
take.
I like May over Lloyd. Um, I don't know why. I think because this is the first year. This is also the other thing is Arizona chokes every year, so like seeing them in the Final Four just
So
feels
it's
weird to
due.
me.
Okay, I love that. That actually, it's due. Great.
Can I talk? I think for Arizona's height, I think Michigan matches that really well. I think Arizona has the X factor in Braden
Mhm.
Burries,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit of Koa Pete, but I think Michigan has the
Mhm.
best player in Yaxel Lendenborg, excuse me. So I mean, it's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, this 1.5, you might want to take the 1.5 instead of money line if you're going Arizona because it might be a 1 point game.
Yeah, no, and I like that. Now, what I'm feeling really good about my pick too now is the best players in college basketball have really done well in March Madness, so I'm feeling good that Michigan has the best player.
Yeah, Yaxel Lendenborg has been
Yeah.
phenomenal.
No, and obviously if there's a phenomenal player on the team, they're really, really good. Like BYU, I mean, awesome. And then Kansas, I mean, they got a really good
Please
player.
do not compare Kansas and
No, I'm
BYU to
just saying. I'm
Michigan.
just
That
saying.
is
If
insane.
just because you have a star player and the best player didn't really help BYU. It's like if you said, "Oh, well,
All
BYU
right,
could beat
this
them
is
because
a
they have a
stupid
star
argument.
player."
So I have Michigan,
Oof,
and
that's
then come
tough.
to the championship.
Yeah, we know who you have. We know who we both have.
Yeah, we got the 1 seeds, right? So here's what my bet is just go bet you think Arizona's going to win. Just go bet Arizona to win the championship right now instead of betting them against Michigan where it's a minus 125 for the money line. You now have
I thought Arizona was underdogs. You just said Arizona's plus one and a half.
sorry, plus 104.
Okay.
You now have, let me pull it up. National champion. You now get them at a plus 185. So, that's a
Yeah. Or
plus
you could
80.
just you could just you could either bet them now or you could just roll your profits over, right? So go put $100 on it, win, turn it into 225 and then go put 225 on the money line. Be pretty
Yeah,
similar.
that's
But
true.
if you're going to do it, you either got to, what you said right there, you either double down on it or you just betted them to win it all right now. So I agree
Or
with you
you just go bet
1,000%.
UConn for a plus 650. That's way more fun.
What's Illinois right now?
450.
I love that on one side it's like probably a plus 180 and like a plus 150, and then on the other
150, yeah.
side it's plus 450s, plus 650s. You're like, someone from that round on that, someone
Oh,
from the plus
but
450 and the plus 600 side.
here's why you bet UConn or Illinois. Because everybody's betting Arizona or Michigan. It might be a play. It
Honestly, the
might be a play.
value honestly
For
is
650
okay.
and they're in
No,
the final four.
this is the truth. If you really think, if you really believe in UConn or Illinois to win that game, and you're like, man, I really like UConn's winning this game, bet them to win it all. Because then, you get them at a plus 110, and then, they'll probably be like a plus 250, 200 to win in the game. But you're sitting on a plus 650 nugget. Ooh, ooh. That's so nice. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, that's the play. Actually, I'm going to be rooting for, and fully honest, I'm not rooting for Michigan. I think Michigan's the last team I want to see win it, just because I think Michigan's kind of corny a little bit.
Why?
Actually, no, man, I really don't like Dan Hurley, but UConn's cooler. I don't know.
Wait, why is Michigan corny?
I feel like I'm coming to a point with Michigan, and I'm going to still root for Michigan football. I like their football. But it's like, do they have to be good at everything? Like
So
all
that's
the time.
corny, or is it aura?
Well, no, I think their fan base is a little corny. Like, I feel like there's a
I
lot
honestly
of
don't know a single Michigan fan, so I can't argue that.
Really? There's a couple that literally are here in Utah. I'm like, how you guys like even Michigan fans? I'm like, you got no relation to
No
them,
ties.
right? So they won that national championship. They now have a good basketball team. I do think they have a super strong alumni base, but I don't know.
I don't think
I
I've
think
ever
that's
heard
like the
that.
corniest
Michigan's
one of them.
corny.
Like Arizona, like they haven't won anything ever. Like their basketball team always should win, never does win. Like this is their first time in the Final Four in forever, and you're like, really? They've had a lot of good teams over the years. So like they're due to win one. I get UConn has won it and has been good before, but like,
Yeah, UConn's
but
been on a
UConn, this is all
dominant
they have.
streak.
It's not like that they have a good
Yeah, no, that's
football
true.
team and they're like this powerhouse. Like I think UConn, like they kind of play almost a little bit of underdog basketball, I feel like. And then Illinois. I mean, come on. Illinois got nothing. They're
No,
not
if
good at
Illinois
football.
won, I mean, they
Like
have every
rank what you want to
Yugoslavian
see.
player in
Rank
college basketball right now.
rank what you would like to see most. Who to win it from top to bottom. For example, mine will be Illinois, Arizona, UConn, Michigan is probably what I want to see because I think Arizona's they've just gotten hosed every time. Get their hopes up,
I'm
can't get it
actually
done.
pretty neutral. Michigan doesn't
Like Michigan
doesn't
excites me
play
the
this well
least,
in basketball as
but they're good
often.
at everything else.
I mean, yeah, they're really good at football. I don't really care
They're
like
right
about
now in
that
the
as much as
final.
you
They're in
do.
the final four for hockey right now too. So throw
I
that in
don't
there.
watch hockey, so I don't give a shit.
Okay, they're really good football. They spend the most. They spend tons of
Yes, they're
money
good
every
at
year
football.
football.
I would say, I don't know, dude. Like to me, they're all neutral. I'll say Arizona won because when
Wow.
I'm watching March Madness,
Yeah, you're an Arizona guy.
right? And well, I don't even care about U of A very much, but I have them winning my bracket. So, when I'm going down the list of things to watch, actually, no, that's a lie. I want UConn because they have the worst odds. I want chaos.
The
Then I want
underdog. I
Arizona.
want that's why Illinois is up there. I want some
Yeah.
chaos too.
Yeah. And dude, honestly, it would be electric if Illinois won. I think I'm gonna bet UConn though, so that's why I'm higher on UConn. I want
So
UConn.
yours is probably Yukon, Illinois, Arizona, Michigan.
No, UConn, Arizona, Illinois, Michigan.
Okay,
So
so you got it pretty
I
much the
just swap
same
I
except
swap
Yukon.
Illinois and UConn with you.
And I might be higher. I might put Yukon at 2. I think you may have convinced me. I love the underdog. It's so much fun. I just don't want to see Dan Hurley hoisting that trophy.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
Your sure game's still not over?
Dude, you want to hear the worst beat ever?
Do not tell me it went to overtime.
No, no. Oh, just wait. It's so fire.
Do not
So
tell me the overhit and it didn't go to overtime.
while you were talking, it's 101 to 101 with 14 seconds left. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets a step back three, hits it for a game, basically. The refs wave it off for a soft ass offensive foul. Nobody scores, and it's in overtime right now. And it's 107 to 111 with 31 seconds left. So here's
Was
what
it
I need to
219 and
happen.
a half?
Here's what I need to happen. I need him to make this free throw because
Here, just pan to it. Let me watch.
he just made it. So it's 108, 111. Here's what I need to happen.
No points.
I don't think they're gonna foul, right? Because there's a 7-second difference. I need them to get a stop on OKC because they're at 119 right now,
Of course,
right?
he goes to commercial.
Yeah. I need them to get a stop with OKC and miss a game tying shot. That's what I need.
So you need them to get a stop on OKC. So who's up right now? OKC's up.
OKC's up 3, 111 to
So that's
108.
good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to stop. And
By
then
the way,
you
this is after show, so y'all, thank you for tuning in.
that's actually so the
Stick
reason
around if you
you
want to see the ride. This might be
you,
illegal, but
I'm really worried they're coming after us.
well, YouTube checks your content before they post it.
Okay. Well, we can cut this out too, but
If you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and let us know who's winning it all down below. Peace.
I'm gonna switch my cam to this one.